So I've made this mistake way too many times before.
Is there anything else that I'm missing?
As a solo creator, I bring Netflix production amount of gear with me whenever I travel that I end up capturing nothing at all. 5 lenses, gimbal, tripod, lights, like why? And yes, I do travel with my partner Vivian, but I'm not gonna have her shoulder my burden. Come on, fellas, you know better than that. We look like this so they can look like this, and me looking like this went on for an embarrassing 5 years. But I, Jason Vong, am finally embracing it now. Less is more. The less gear we're burdened with, the more actual creating we get to do. So I want to share with you my perfect, but minimal, camera kit for solo travel creators.
And it's this Frankenstein of a hybrid setup. Pretty much gets 80 to 90% of the footage and photos that we would need to craft together a video. On the top here, we got the tried and true Osmo Pocket 3. You already know what it is. It has a built-in gimbal, so we always get the smoothest looking videos.
Beautiful.
And the camera on the bottom here takes the pretty photos, but you can of course capture high-res videos with it. And we can do a thing where the Osmo Pocket 3 on the top here focuses on getting the ultra-wide angle, and the camera on the bottom here focuses on getting the ultra-tight angle. It's an all-in-one setup in our hands that we could shoot simultaneously, and we'll have plenty of coverage to put together something solid in the edit.
And we'll talk more about the specific camera setup, including lens choices, in the later half of the video, and we're gonna answer the most important question of all. Is the Osmo Pocket 3 still worth it in 2025 with its new price tag?
That's a lot of money.
Now, I usually have the Osmo Pocket 3 at a 45-degree angle, which is highly recommended when we do the ninja walk, which really help reduce the up and down bobble.
Go back here, Mark.
It's great for these cinematic push-in shots that help us establish our scenes. And I use the camera on the bottom here almost as a weighted grip for extra stability. And once I get the shot on the top, I can fire a few quick photos or get additional detail shots with a tighter focal length.
And you never have to remove anything unless you want to break them apart to get 2 different angles simultaneously.
All that's left is to put them on a Peak Design strap and we be Netflix and filming.
Gross.
And I'll have all these linked in the description box below, along with these necessary accessories. Now this Ulan-Z1 is technically meant for these Osmo action cameras because of the pinch grip here, but this cage expansion has a similar gripping interface which allows us to dock it to the Ulan-Z adapter. Very intuitive design. Now if you're having trouble closing the cage here, you might have it too high up. Just situate it closer to the bottom and you should be able to close it easily. And when you mount it on the Ulan-Z adapter, just make sure you feel the 2 clicks from the grip first before operation.
Keep going.
In some of the B-roll, you will see or have saw a different mount. That's because I jerry-rigged something together from a bunch of GoPro and DJI accessories I have lying around. But honestly, this Ulan-Z1 is slightly better anyway because it's just one piece.
Are you with me? Now what if you want to shoot behind the scenes? You want to be in the video showcasing how you make your craft. It's a popular thing to do on social now. Well fam, I got you. Power pole extend.
Yeah, put your phone here, you go 0.5x, you stand in front of the camera, and you got yourself some BTS for your SNS. This is literally how we've been filming for this YouTube channel for the past year. And just look at how slim this tripod is. It's slim enough to go on the side of any backpacks, and it's multi-adaptable so we can place the Osmo Pocket 3 on it to get these types of unique fake drone shots.
But keep sticking around and I'll show you how to get these sick POV shots of our cameras. Hint, it's gonna involve this piece that we just took off. Obviously, as solo travel creators, we're gonna be out all day. Naturally, we're gonna be juicing out our tech before we even make it to our 6 p.m. dinner reservation.
Hurry up, you're starving me.
Keep it rolling.
Hey, you're not paying me enough.
So the smart thing to do is, of course, bring a portable battery bank, right? But this Anker one here is a little more special. This one can exclusively fast charge multiple devices at the same time, delivering up to 250 watt of power. Perfect for our Frankenstein setup here.
Let's plug all these in to charge everything at once, and while we wait, let's have some coffee. Ah, look, it's even got a nice LED display and it shows you how much power each device is receiving.
High capacity at 27,650 milliamps, so you can also use this to charge, say, a MacBook Pro and get 50% more juice in a little less than 30 minutes. Happens to us all the time, no outlets in sight, and we need to crank out a quick edit. Having this will save us because 50% extra on an M series MacBook is a lot.
Now it's recommended to use this 240 watt USB-C cable, which is also by Anker, but it's built for longevity.
it is designed to last up to 100 years. So if I end up losing this within the next few decades and someone finds it on the floor, hey, you're welcome.
But if you have any issues whatsoever, Anker does have a hassle-free warranty service.
Both can be taken with you on a plane ride inside of your carry-on bag. For more information, check out the link in the description box below. Anker, thank you so much for sponsoring.
It's mine now.
So let's talk about the specific camera here, and honestly, it can be whatever you want. Normally I focus on Sony cameras, and I'll link my recommended Sony setup in the description box below, but here we have the Fuji X-T50. Not a very popular Fuji camera for some odd reason, but in my Vong opinion, it's just as good as the elusive X106 and way better than the popular X-M5. But those you still can't get for whatever reason.
Completely out of stock.
But the X-T50 is in stock, and it's insanely good, and it's being slept on. It has a 40 megapixel sensor, can shoot 4K 60p, 6K up to 30 frames per second, all in 10-bit 422 F-Log with in-body image stabilization. And it's okay if you don't know what any of that means, just know that it's advanced. But to simply put it, you get the famous Fuji color science and film simulation, so your photos will look great straight out of camera with zero editing, if you don't want to edit. And you get even amazing video quality that will last you for years to come. Plus, it has shake compensation in case you're getting old, like me. Now, for lenses, as solo creators, we want the least amount of downtime as possible, so obviously a zoom lens is going to be the best. We want to be able to ping pong wide to tight quickly, and the Sigma 18-50 gives us that healthy amount of range while being a constant f2.8 aperture throughout. And best of all, it's so small. There's no other zoom lens this small with this amount of range with this constant f2.8 aperture. And I have to emphasize it again in repetition because it's just so good. I literally bought it twice. One for my Sony and one for my Fuji. But if you're just looking to level up from your phone, get a fast aperture prime lens like this 35mm f2. The f2 gives us that shallow depth of field, really good for separation for our subject from the background, and it gives that nice professional blur, aka the bokeh. And 35mm f2 instantly gives us that cinematic vibes for both photos and videos. In fact, these lenses are so small that I just bring both with me anyways. However, if budget is tight, get the zoom at the very least, and I'll link some more affordable primes in the description box below. Now, speaking of tight budgets, Osmo Pocket 3, is it still worth it in 2025? So let me just say this, I much rather use this than to use a bigger gimbal setup with a dedicated camera any day. This is cumbersome to bring around with, and I would only use it on paid gigs. Aside from that, if it's for casual videos, I am more than satisfied with the video quality from the Osmo Pocket 3. I find that because it's so tiny, I end up capturing way more creative footage because I'm not and huffing trying to lug a big gimbal around. I just love doing these cinematic push-in shots to establish the scene in our videos, and it's probably one of the best, if not the best, pocket video camera that does so well at night and in low light. And the mic connectivity the DJI Mic 2 is just so good. It's a seamless wireless connection and it pairs right away. However, I'm gonna be honest with you. I often use the mic on its own with any camera because it has internal recording built in. We would just need to sync it in post, but that's really easy now with modern editing apps. But with its new price tag in the States due to the economic uncertainty, it is hard to justify. The only way that I think someone can justify it is if they will constantly, consistently, and frequently put out content. So if you think you can do that and you can afford to, go ahead and get the Osmo Pocket 3. Also, try checking the used market to see if you can still save a bit of money. Otherwise, here's my backup solution for you.
Remember this MagSafe phone adapter from our PowerPole setup?
Now, of course, I wouldn't recommend walking with it. We don't have the built-in gimbal like we do on the Osmo Pocket 3, but we can still do 80% of the dual hybrid shooting thing that I was talking about earlier. Just make sure to add a tether strap to this.
But I love this MagSafe accessory so much. It is so versatile, and I often mount both this and the camera on a dual bracket to get these type of POV shots, and it just looks so sick.
Now, the trick to making it look extra dynamic is just to act drunk. Just really emphasize the movement when you're walking around and just have fun with the whole process. I mean, this is probably the most funnest and most creative thing that anyone can do. So enjoy it.
Don't forget to check out Anchor, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.